a fascinator today.
I get a fascinator.
Baby.
If I had known, I would have worn mine. I got a Hogwarts one. Hey, Sister Harlem. Hey, everybody.
First of all, we'll get into it. We'll get into the
Okay.
reason why. Okay. So,
I'm good. I've been good. So
I don't know.
I'm
But
good.
we're gonna talk about it. So this beautiful lady sitting next to me is the infamous KGB, aka Kenya Goree-Bell. Welcome to the Booked and Busy podcast.
Thank you. I'm so blessed to be here.
I'm super excited to talk to you because, girl, what was I thinking waiting to read Bad Guy?
You know, a lot of people, I love when this is the best feeling in the world when people wait and then they have this, and then they come and we have this conversation either in my DMs or it's a voicemail or voice message or whatever. I love the regrets in waiting.
The way that man is swallowing this lady.
Yes.
Girl.
Kiyoshi Takada. Yes.
So, okay, so fun fact. My goddaughter's name is Kiyoshi.
Really? Is
My
she a
goddaughter's
Japanese
name is
samurai? Because that's where I got the
Listen.
name.
Kiyoshi, I didn't even call to tell her. I was like, girl, your name is in this book, but you're a man in this book. Baby.
I love that name. I love it.
Yes. That is her name.
I'm
That's my
already a
daughter's
fan
name.
of her because I know what that name. I believe there's a lot of power in names, so that's why you get the character names that you get. But I love, like that's giving warrior goddess right there.
Okay, so that's one of my questions.
hmm
How important are character names for you? And then we'll get into the story.
Everything before first is the title, because all of my titles are songs, and then when I go into the name. Everything about the name is Cry is the reason the girl name is Cry is because I wanted to name the book When Doves Cry. And Naima Simone, who is my best friend, said you are going to ruin your career if you name that book When Doves Cry. She's like, you're going to have to let Prince go, baby. You're going to have to let Prince rest and not name that book. I did Darling Nikki, but I do the title, and then Kiyoshi, I wanted somebody who was he's of a samurai lineage, and I knew I wanted him to be this strong, fierce warrior. So all of the names are either going to have a tie into the song or tie into the character that they embody, and that's why I named him Kiyoshi.
Okay, without giving too much away, because first of all, you call yourself the dark connoisseur.
Dark romance. Well, I've changed it too. It's dark romance connoisseur, and then also dark and delicious is what I like to say. Dark and delicious romance too. So, and
Okay,
I
so
got a lot of little monikers going around now.
I'm 40% in, and I was like, all right, King, we about to get started. And I wanted to take my time with it, because I realized one of the things I realized in 2025 is I read fast and I'm not retaining what I'm reading.
Right.
Guys. Yeah, she gets this. We'll talk about it a little bit. And I wasn't retaining. So I said, you know what? I'm reading too fast because I'm too nosy for one. Thank you. I'm too nosy for one. And for two, I want to be able to retain it and enjoy it.
Yes.
So, I didn't read 362 books for nothing. Okay.
I love it. You beat me. You got me beat. I think I'm at like 350, 358 at this point. Yeah, you got me beat.
But you can read and write.
Okay, so for my mental health and for everything else, in order to stay stable, I have to read every day. I read every day. I read about a book in like 2 days. After I write, then I treat myself. Now, sometimes I fall asleep and the iPad be like clocked me upside the head. But every night after I write, I read about 2 or 3 hours before I go to bed.
I don't blame you. To me, it does help with your mental health. It gives
Hmm.
you an escape from everyday life. It gives you an escape from. I mean, it brings new light to some things because um, you got to be thinking about some things.
This is the thing. If you are going to be an author, you gotta stay reading, right? Every time I talk to somebody, it's like, oh, I have a what's that thing? Writer's block, right? We talk amongst ourselves a lot about writer's block and imposter syndrome. Writer's block I never have because I'm always reading. And I read widely. I read everything, right? S.A. Cosby, Britt got me onto that. Everything, white books, black books, fantasy, high low fantasy. I read thrillers, everything. Not too many thrillers, and I'm scared, so I don't read a lot of horror. But I do absolutely love a great story about black women being in love. So I do read a lot of urban romance and stuff like that. But I read every night, and not to get in order to not have writer's block. I I read every night too. And imposter syndrome does not touch me because my ego is amazing. If y'all didn't know already, my ego is absolutely amazing. You can't tell me nothing.
But rightly so. I'm not even no bullshit. Rightly
Mm-hmm.
so.
Thank you for saying that.
Rightly so. When you touch pen to paper, you know what you're talking about. How much research did you have to do to incorporate Asian customs into with a black woman? Because again, it's
I
she had a
have
lot he had a lot going on.
okay, so I was inspired by my neighbors who became my best friends. We were a military family for a long time. And so, but after, as my husband was transitioning, we moved in. Alabama has a lot of Asian people who are immigrated here because or working here now because we have a lot of car plants here. And so one of my neighbors, several of them, in fact, husbands are executives for like Toyota, Mazda. And I got really into hanging out with them and learning their family life because they keep family and work very separate. And so I was walking to my house and I saw this girl husband, honey. And he was like quite extraordinary and very tall, right? So I'm just like walking and I did like the little slow turn. And and she told me, she's like, he's very stern. And that blossomed in 2017 is where I got that. But I had already wrote his cousin Akiro, and that's where Akiro came from. Akiro from Lotus Flower Bomb. But Kiyoshi, that's where my Asian hero inspiration came from. And the little stories that they would tell me about, their husbands and their sternness and how they met and all of those things. And it was just amazing to me. I was very fascinated. And, they would cook for me. Like, I just really immersed myself. Naima calls me the UN. I really immersed myself in other cultures in my friendships and stuff like that because I just love people and I just love learning about other people's cultures, eating their food because food is love and stuff like that. So that's where that particular hero blossomed for. But his meanness is my husband, okay? Because ain't nobody gonna be top that motherfucker on behavior. Let's be clear. I'm married to a villain. I've said it. I keep saying it. He in there. He hear me. I locked the door. But he is. He
And
said,
this
"Stop talking to me."
and that is why you got the fascinator.
He said, "Stop talking to your friends about me."
I'm hollering. I'm screaming. Okay. So one of the things that I wanted to know was how do you how easy is it for you to humanize your characters? Because to me, Kiyoshi, I see him at my front door and I'm scared to open the door.
Okay, so like I said, I'm married to the villain. So all of those aspects of who they are, and I'm a person like when I write a book, it's already have been played in my head 50,000 times because I am a very visual person. I dream in color, like that whole thing. By the time the book is out of my hands, it's above me now. Once the characters and the concept comes together, that the different parts of the story starts playing in my brain, and then I just transcribe what they are telling me and the emotions that come with that. The first scene that really spoke to me, now the crawl scene was the first thing that actually, like, okay, this is where we're writing to. So I write to different points. And then another point was when he made her feed him at that restaurant. Okay. And so that was playing in my head for months before I wrote it. So they are already fully developed people. Their characters are already explored in my brain. And then I just put it, it's really a really crazy process. I'm not a person that I don't do feedback. I don't do beta readers because I feel like that would spoil the process for me because I'm absolutely immersed in that world. I live half of the time in reality. In the other part of my life, I'm actually in Shelby Love, Alabama. 95% of the time. So
How does your husband feel about him being the focal point on some of the character traits
he
of
thinks
your characters?
he thinks I am blowing him out of proportion, right? And that I am delusional. But however, we've been married 31 years. It is what it is at this point. He does not read romance. He's not a romance reader. He has never really read a book where he's like, this is where he could, like, you can't dispute what you don't know about. So he is not, he over there in his little world doing his little realistic stuff, and I'm over here in fantasy land, and he thinks it's funny. He think we all crazy.
But I'm just saying it makes it y'all work because apparently
Mhm.
it's got to be something.
Very opposite. Opposites attract.
Yeah,
We are soulmates. In that's what it is. Yeah.
I love that. I love that for people. I love that for authors when you can see healthy relationships. They don't have to be the same people or have the
Hmm.
always have the same interests. I'm sure some of your interests are the same, but not everything. You do you create
Hmm.
fictional characters and he over there doing whatever it is that he doing.
Wherever it is, because this is what's so funny. He is the strong, silent type for real, and I'm the one that's very emotional and all over the place. And I did mess up my pampered chef. Like, it was like a made out of like ceramic. I had a lasagna thing. I did break that on his Hummer one time, but I was wrong for that. But however, I was also right for that too. And but he was just like, he's not gonna emote about it. He ain't gonna be like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. He's like, this is par for the course. He know who, like, every book
He
the
know who
hero
he
said,
married.
he know who he married.
Kenya.
Was I pregnant at the time? It was emotional. It could have been PMS. I don't know. He did something. The circumstances. All I remember, he drove up and I was like, chuck that thing at that Hummer, and it bounced right off and broke my Pamper Chef thing and didn't leave a dent. Those Hummers are strong. I have y'all know. They're very strong. Anyway, that's a little aside.
I can't. I can't. I can't. So, what is your why? Why did you start writing? What made you fall in love with writing?
Okay, so I was born a writer. Uh, God gave me this gift, and I just always have been a writer. I've been a poet and a playwright. I went to university to write theater and all that stuff. I used to write the little church plays, and I used to do like slam poetry and all of that stuff. And then when I was about 12 years old, now the slam poetry stuff came later, but um, a girl gave me a book called Fires of Winter by Joanna Lindsay at a church retreat of all places. And that changed everything about I put them Sweet Valley high books down and never looked back. And I wanted to be a doctor at first. And then I realized I was terrible at math at about eighth grade. And then I was always writing these stories and I was always writing plays. And that seemed like the just most natural and exciting thing for me. And I love creating new worlds. So I've always been a writer. And then I realized that, oh, I don't see no black girls in none of these stories. And I don't see any black men in a lot of these stories. And then we got like BET books and Kimani, and we started getting all of those books. And that's because everybody need to look up Vivian Stevens because she was a black editor for all the big fives, and she created a lot of these careers for these big name white authors that y'all see and read like back in the day. But she had a very hard time finding places for black authors. And Miss Brenda Jackson is one of the people who I cut my teeth on early reading Harlequin, Beverly Jenkins, when, oh my God, when Topaz came out, when those books came out, it was sea changing. And I was like, oh, we could do this. But the process was so gate kept until the internet, until Zane used to have this whole website where people used to do like uh kind of like AO3, not fan fiction, but tell their stories and everything.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
so, and then and then it wasn't until um, Amazon came along that the possibility of you publishing your own work and people taking it seriously, because people used to write books and they had these shiny little covers and it'll be like this thick, and people sell their own books at the beauty shop and out their car and stuff like this. I know a lot of y'all younger don't remember that, but the old heads remember it. And you used to be like, and a lot of the authors you know today used to do that too. And it was very hard to break into writing back in those days. I'm like, why are you gonna be a writer? Writers don't make no money. Black writers are not seen anywhere unless they're like Toni Morrison or. And then came the advent of a lot of people reading books that were not black romance, but like black fiction, like The Coldest Winter Ever, and we would just latch on to whatever little romance was inside the book, right. But it wasn't black romance, it was literary fiction. And so once I looked at the landscape, and there used to be this other, then I joined RWA, Romance Writers of America. Mm-hmm. And I met Naima Simone and some other people who told me like, hey, you could self-publish. And that's when I started looking at that. But then I put my whole life on hold because my son is autistic and I had to dedicate my life to him. And then one day he spoke and everything changed. And then my husband was like, you can start doing some other things. Okay. You are a shadow of who you were. Right. Mm-hmm. And I got back into writing. And then I wrote a historical romance that did not sell. And but it sold enough to let me know I needed to figure out what I was doing in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
That it was an excellent book, but nobody knew it because nobody knew who I was. And then I started studying and learning the business. And that's when, after that, I put out Rapper's Delight. And that changed my world. And I wrote like 5 books in that series. And then I went on to write dark romance. And then that's when I blew up. So
Do you have a gift with dark romance? It's a gift.
Thank
But,
you.
but
I
why?
appreciate that.
But no, seriously, because I don't know if everybody could write dark romance in the sense that you're right and how you write it, or I will say they may not understand dark romance as you understand it. Is that
Mm-hmm.
fair?
Yeah.
Why dark romance?
Dark romance, because first of all, back in the day, if you used to read like historical romance back in the day, Rosemary Rogers, all those books were like, they called them bodice rippers for a reason, because they were non-consent. Okay. All of those books, back in the day when we first started reading romance in the well, I was not born, but the 70s and 80s, because I'm 35, that those books were very much non-con and grapey. Okay, now they're a little bit too soft. And the reason I started writing dark romance was because my contemporary romance, I loved writing them. They were not selling.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And B, uh, I was always naturally a dark romance writer. I never should have been writing contemporary romance.
Mm-hmm.
So, and sometimes it takes you a minute to get your footing in this industry and understand, and you got to be ready to pivot, right? I didn't do it for the money, although the money was spectacular. I did it because I never should have been writing those books. And I love those books. But each one of those books can be rewritten. If I could rewrite them all today and make them darker, I would. And in first person. And in
I
first
love
person.
it. You know what? Your first person, because Kiyoshi got me over here spooning. And I was like, first of all, now she mentioning the Akuza. What is going on?
It's
And I'm
because of
super excited
Yakuza
about it.
series. I'm dropping the Yakuza now, so when it comes, and I feel like every writer should do this. If you got an inkling that something that you want to explore a little bit more, start dropping it early to make things palatable for your reader. Because before I switched over from contemporary to dark, I spent about a year telling everybody, "Hey, Big Sis is moving over to dark romance." And I was able to bring a lot of my audience over. Now, it ain't for everybody,
It's
right?
not.
It's not for everybody, and that's okay. But for the people who are who that resonates with, then we locked in.
I
Yeah.
love it. Um, you are also a multicultural writer.
Hmm.
And I say that to say it's some discourse with authors, with readers who feel like they only should read Black. What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are, first of all, taste the rainbow, and also, in every extent of that word. I write very specifically and very intentionally around Black women being loved by everybody, because that is revolutionary. Okay. I also believe that every Black woman needs to see themselves in a book. And in some of those sisters, like white boys and Asians and Colombians, and some of them like real dark skinned men like my husband. Okay, so like, some of them like light skinned Black men. I feel like there's a place for everybody. I also believe, and I'm gonna be real serious right now, nobody who was a descendant of a person who experienced chattel slavery should be told what they should read or write. So I'm not going to make them come over here. I'm not going to drag them. I'm not going to beg Just like I see people who come to me late, right? And they say, like you did today, say, I'm just getting into your catalog. A lot of people I'm getting now are getting because Monique recommended my books, and she's a Black urban writer. Um, L. Kaysen, these are some of my closest friends. Masterpiece, Jatoria, Latoya, all of those people are sending people my way. And I want people to be pleasantly surprised. I think what people are scared of is that they don't want a white savior type of narrative in the books, right? They feel like on some level it is a betrayal to Black men and Black love if they read a book where a Black woman makes another choice outside of a Black man, right? And I feel like and that's fine. That's something you need to work out with your therapist. But don't come over here messing with my money. As long as you're not steering people like, oh, they're betraying Black people or all of that stuff, then that's do what you want to do, but don't villainize us, because it's not a fetish. I know what I'm doing. I got Black women with aliens. You gonna be upset about them because they alien? I got a shape shifting alien coming for you. I got a purple alien coming for you. I got Black women in every aspect of life in this galaxy, because I know that if you love a Black woman and you support a Black woman, you can transform the world.
Right.
And that's what my aim and my goal is.
Sometimes it's not that the white person is saving the white man is saving the Black woman. It's sometimes her saving him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Absolutely.
just saying, you'll be pleasantly surprised.
You will be pleasantly surprised, and you will be like, I have like okay, so we got the Shelbys and the Love. So the Shelbys are white and or mixed race because they are half Brazilian, and then Ulysses is straight up a white boy, dirt blonde hair, blue eyed, 6'5", and he's the sheriff. So I was like, you did a police book too, and but if you read the story, I think you will see how much he is. I think he more down for the Black people than some of the Black people in the book. So it's all how you write them.
We just have to. I get the political climate that we're in, and they're trying to paint a narrative. I get that.
Yeah.
But sometimes we are created to be free thinkers, and sometimes you have to do your own research. And I'm not saying that you got to go date every white boy. You don't. Me preferably, I prefer a Black man. However, I'm not going to close my eye or bat eye at someone who's interested in me because you're supposed to like who like you.
Exactly. And this is the thing. I have a very multiracial family, right? We got white people, we got Native Americans, we got all kind of Latinos, Hispanics. We got the whole melting pot in our family. So I actually feel like it would be a disservice if I don't represent that, and I'm never going to stop doing it. So you're going to have, I like to call them the Marcus Garvey contingent. They are going to do their little thing. Okay. And I'm going to let them do it. And it's okay. And they have to work those things out. And I feel like, but as long as those of us who are advocating that we read and we write everything, continue to be respectful and continue to forge ahead, eventually because I remember there were some authors back in the day who's like, I will never write like multicultural or something.
Right.
And I look up, and a few years later, they're writing it. And why are you writing it? Because you don't want to write the same story all the time. And sometimes he needs to be Afro-Colombian. And sometimes he needs to be full Colombian or biracial Colombian. Depends on what the story presents to you. Right. And I think, you only are stifling your creativity as a writer if you stick to just one thing all the time. And I feel like you also are limiting your reading experience and your enjoyment if you only read one thing all the time. I've had the best fun dipping my toe into fantasy here lately. And then like in dark paranormal, like with Storm's book and stuff like that. So I'm enjoying my reading experience. So it's
And I
all
think that's
about.
what it's about. I think that
Mhm.
sometimes we confuse uh some of these creators are confusing uh content with
Mhm.
bashing.
Right.
And sometimes some, I didn't say all, and sometimes even though it may be that our author may benefit from an editor or an editor missed some things, it happens. We're human. We're not
Hmm.
machines. And everything's is not going to always be perfect. We want it to be, but it's not always going to be that. But sometimes you should just enjoy the story,
Yes. Hmm.
you know?
Absolutely.
Because
And
I don't go into it with a red pen. I read a book the other day and I was like, oh, she said, she said when she moved into the house, it was a ranch style house. So me, meaning there's no stairs.
hmm
And then when he was knocking her through the mattress, he had taken her upstairs. I was like, wait a minute, there's no upstairs because it's a ranch style. So
listen,
I could have
I
made a choice. I could have wrote a review and said she missed the mark, or I could have just sent her a private message and say, hey, I don't know if you saw this, but here you said this is what this house was. But
okay.
here,
So in Bad Guy, a reader told me, sent me a message, and she was like, "You said she went to the Sorbonne, right?" She said, "I think you meant Le Cordon Bleu," and she was right. And y'all, I was like, "Oh my God, thank you!" But at this point, baby, the book is printed. In the second and third editions, it is going to, and I think I changed it on like the ebook, but
yeah.
the paperback still probably has that. And I was like, and it had went through me, sensitivity readers. It had went through two trained chefs, like real deal chefs, okay? And and sometimes, look, y'all just go ahead and enjoy these stories sometimes
But
because
but
did
what my
who
thing
knew?
is,
Did anybody in the comments know the difference between Le Cordon Bleu and the Sorbonne? No, okay, only she did. This lady who lived, I don't know where she at, but she knew, and it tickles me. But I love y'all though,
but
and
you know
I
what? But it
do.
wasn't. But the way that she approached it was, she sent you a message. It wasn't
Mhm.
in the review.
No.
It wasn't bashed on online to make you look bad. She said, "Hey, when you said this, what did you mean this?" You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I could have bashed somebody. I just feel like it doesn't do us any good work. You know what I'm
No.
saying?
Hmm.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How do you protect your peace from some of these ungrateful content creators or readers who feel like they have? And I'm just asking how you protect your peace. We're not gonna go into a whole soliloquy.
Okay.
Uh, how do you protect your peace from people that don't mean you well?
I first of all, I have this amazing ability to disappear people out of my life and don't ever speak to them again. And so, but what I think because of my personality, not to say people scared of me and stuff, but I don't get a lot of that. I had one incident a while back, y'all know about it. And after that, I have not had any more incidents. And I think the reason was because um you say the person has said I said something and it was anti-black, right? But everybody know me in this industry and know how much I support every author, but especially black authors. And I don't know what happened there, but they stopped their behavior, right? But I also know how to go through and read and see who made comments and block every last one of them bitches who said something and never speak to them again. Especially one person who claimed they were an author and talking about we're colleagues. What did she say? She said we are mutuals. No, we not. I don't even know you, lady. Like, I was just being nice. I'm a friend. I'm gonna let you friend me. I'm a friend. I'm gonna follow you back. You say you're an author. I'm gonna follow you back. Eventually, I'll check out your writing and try my best to blow you up if I love it. But I didn't know her for real, you know. And so blockity block and go on with my life. Because if my husband see me in here crying, he got a very select set of skills, okay? And y'all don't want that. That's it. That's it. I'm a 5'2" menace when I want to be. But yes, I
Yes.
don't, and I do not care. I feel like God bless me with y'all in this community, and I've made mistakes. Okay, I've made mistakes, and I've said I was sorry for some of the things that I've said and done and things like that. But I feel like we're in community together. We got to give people grace, and you got to give people a chance to grow and get better. And if I make a mistake, I'm going to apologize. I'm going to be sincere. And you either going to accept it or not. And we're going to move on. And if you do something to me that I feel is harmful, I'm going to come to you. I'm going to call you on it. And we're going to either make it right or I'm not going to speak to you ever again. And that's it. And I don't lose not a lick of sleep. I sleep real good.
And then there's that. Um, so you let's talk about all the wonderful things that you do in the book community. Um, you have classes.
Mm-hmm.
You create opportunities for some authors and making sure that they get to where they're going. It's not, you don't gatekeep. You have podcasts. Let's
Mm-hmm.
talk about the things that you do, ma'am.
Because I feel like I've always been like I'm a very much come from an activist lifestyle, right? Our church was in the forefront of the civil rights movement and everything like that. So, and I grew up in the church, and I believe in working and doing for others. And it's just how I am. If I love on you, I'm gonna love on you real hard the whole way, right? And I want to see you win. I want to see you um, be, the biggest PR maven in the industry, right? And if I so whatever resources I have, I am going to forward them on to you. I'm a connector. I love to connect people. I love if I see somebody who I particularly am impressed by, then I'm gonna tell everybody about it. Now you got to maintain that, and some people can't, and
That's it.
some people can't maintain it, and some people can't are not ready, right? But I always tell people this: if God put it in front of you, you ready. All right. You just got to do it. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let nobody in your ear stop you. Your kids or nothing, especially no man, stop you from doing nothing. Okay. And a wanting trifling women for the brothers out there. But this is the thing. A lot of people don't have the life they want because they're not willing to do the hard thing. And sometimes the hard thing is a phone call.
Or putting your pride aside and saying, "Hey, let me make
I
this
need
phone call.
help. Yeah.
I need
Hmm.
help," or just reaching out. I think
Exactly.
because you know what? I think that sometimes we fool ourselves like, okay, I'm just going to do this. And then when they realize it's not as easy as you think, like writing a book ain't easy.
Mm-mm.
I done researched, I've researched, I have done a whole bunch of things. It's still not an easy thing if you're new to it.
Mm-hmm.
And if it weren't for Kenya Goree-Bell, if it weren't for Storm, if it wasn't for my girl Latoya Nicole, if it wasn't for Masterpiece and giving the advice, all the authors that I've interviewed, when we talk about what advice would you give, I take that to heart. You have to be able to humble yourself, and sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's an awful feeling, especially like with authors like Jacquel Gotta Write post talking about, I have to take a break. I'm drained. I'm tired. This lady put out 87 books. Keena put out 87 books this year. And you so worried about when the next book gonna come out, you ain't took this lady mental health into consideration. You haven't taken her family into consideration. You haven't taken her mother, her own health issues, her husband, her sister, none of that. You ain't take Kenya's babies into consideration. You have not taken her husband into, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
People have lives outside of writing a story. I know that this is their job. This is their career, but they still have to have life outside of that. You guys got to take these things into consideration. The book is going to come when it's coming.
Yeah. And I've got, the funniest thing is, and I know every writer, every author gets this. Y'all gonna get this too. When you write a book, and in my case, it's 130,000 words, right? And then before you even lay your head down, they be like, okay, I finished the book. And when is the next one coming out? That is the most hilarious thing to me. And I laugh at it, but at the same time, I don't actually respond to those people because it's a what is it, a parasocial relationship a little bit, and it's a little bit because a lot of times you really don't know what the reader situation is, and they might be having like a mental health crisis or something like that. I've gotten very long letters from people, and like I have no idea what to do with that. I am not a psychologist. I'm not a counselor, but and I just be like, okay, thank you for sharing your story with me, and then you have to move on from that. But going back to opportunities for other authors and stuff, like I just try to find a way to do my best to serve this community that has given me this amazing life. And that's the bottom line of it. If I can help somebody along the way, I'm gonna do it every time.
Well, I'm appreciative. So appreciative. I mean, it's so many authors that have lent a helping hand. I know I talk to AA a lot. I talked to, a bunch of different authors, and you guys don't gatekeep. You guys are always there to lend a helping hand. If you do something wrong, you ain't shame about saying, no, that ain't
I'm
it.
so mean. I be fussing so much. I'm sorry.
But no, it's not done out of malice. It's
Yeah.
done out of love. It's done out of, I want to pull out the best of you. And I get that. And if you hear some snoring in the background, it's my dog. It's not me. I
I
promise.
don't hear anything. I don't
He
hear
is
nothing.
over here. I mean, she is over here cutting up. And I'm sorry.
That baby sleep. Let her
That baby
sleep.
is going on. Okay. So I just want to tell you, I appreciate you for that. I
I
really do.
appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Let's talk about your podcast, ma'am.
Okay, so the podcast is me and my business partner and one of my good friends, Moni Boyce. It is the author spotlight with Kenya and Moni. And every season we do something different. The first season was series that we love. The second series we just wrapped up is, I think we got one more person, is about experts in the literary field. So we talk to agents, we talk to we got to still do the bookstore owner. We in everything with illustrators, people on the business side of the industry. And the third season is people who've had breakout books. And the reason we started that podcast is that it is a spinoff of my author spotlight that I do on Thursdays at 6 p.m. And the reason I started doing the author spotlight on Thursdays, it has moved several times, but it's because I just wanted to be in conversation. I just wanted to talk about books. And I wanted to talk about books and fangirl and geek out with my favorite authors. And we started that. That's the royal we too, because it's just me. But I started that in 2018, and it's been going on for a while now. And I wanted to pull back from doing that to what I thought was easier, which was a podcast, and it's not easier. It's actually more work. But listen, Moni does all the work. I show up and be Kenya, and I'm the creative person. She the research and the development, and she is the website design. She do all of the work, y'all. The editing. I don't do nothing. I show up and be amazing. Okay, that's all I got for you. I ain't no worker. As you can see, if you look at the background, I don't do nothing. I just told my husband, I said, thank you so much for washing them clothes. And my sister, I was talking to her last night, she was like, she bought my daughter like 50 of them Squishmallows. And I was like, oh, we're going to put them up because she want to do this big array of pictures. And I was like, as soon as her dad cleans up her room, my sister was like, why you can't clean up? Me and my daughter looked at each other and started laughing because we was in here. I'm in relaxed mode. Okay, I'm relaxing.
Why? I mean, why not?
Why not what?
Why not? I'm just saying, why not just be relaxed? Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all have a system. You know what it is.
Let me tell you, my goal as a writer, y'all be like, oh, you want to get New York Times, you want to do all this. You know my goal is to make enough money to give somebody the dignity of working and being my housekeeper. So I don't have to do it. I don't want nobody cooking for me, but they can come clean my house. And that is, I just want to make enough money to live the lifestyle where I can call, and I don't mean mirror maids. I don't mean nothing like that. I mean, come in here, come live in the guest house and come clean this motherfucking house. Because I don't want to do
I'm
it.
screaming.
And we actually, and my husband, because it's gonna happen. And my husband like, I don't want people in my house. Too bad. You'll be at work. I'm gonna have somebody, a Miss Doubtfire lady. Yeah, deep clean me. While me and Chastity, who live down here with me, sit on my porch and sip tea and maybe alcohol. Mm-hmm. After the gym.
The conviction is strong.
It's gonna happen very soon. Very soon. Very soon.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about your catalog real quick.
Okay.
Out of your catalog, and aside from your husband, tell him don't hurt me. Who is your book husband, your book boyfriend, or wife? We not
out of my catalog.
Out of your catalog. And we can go outside your catalog after that. In your catalog, who is your book husband or wife, boyfriend or girlfriend, who you smashing, and who you unaliving?
My book husband would have to be Akira from what's his from Lotus Flower Bomb. And the next one was he one question for my book boyfriend would be because I was, so when I was in the boyfriend stage in my life, I wasn't having sex. So that would be Santiago from Always Be My Baby, because he just a good hangout person and he could play music and write guitar songs about me. Okay, then the next is
smashing. No relationship.
Nasty Matthias. Because he Darling Nikki. Because he was a real filthy little nasty boy.
Why would you have to name that book Darling the King? I hated Prince for naming that song Darling the King. They teased me so bad. I was
I
like, I
love
don't even know what that is. I had no idea what sex was.
it. Okay, the next one. What was the next question?
Who you unaliving?
I ain't killing none of my men. They good men.
I mean, anybody in your catalog. Who was the
Okay, it would.
worst?
Okay, Matthias' daddy. They did unalive him, so he would be the one that needed to be unalived. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, outside of your catalog, same questions. Husband.
Smoke from Demon's Dream.
Really? I like
Mm-hmm.
Smoke.
Yeah. That's my favorite. That's my man.
Who's your
Mm-hmm.
husband? I mean, who's your boyfriend?
My boyfriend had to be Demon because he for a good time, not a long time. He a little bit too crazy. Too crazy.
Who are you smashing?
Diesel Danger. Diesel Danger. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And who are you unaliving?
Uh
Who got on your nerves the worst?
oh my God. Um let me see. Oh, the mama from what is it? The Bianca Javier series is from what is it? Not
Foxville?
Mayhem.
The Fox? What was it
Not
called?
not Mayhem. Is Mayhem, Frank, and what's the first boy name? The mama from that series, that girl mama, because she was giving that girl mercury and made that girl end up having to have a kidney transplant because her mama was cuckoo for crazy puff.
Oh,
Oh, but
Lord.
that series so good. Y'all go read Bianca Javier, and word on the street is not really the word is, but rumor has it she probably gonna bless us with another book this year. So
Ooh, next year?
next year, yeah, next year. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So it's mayhem love. Frank was insane love, and then what's the first one? Look it up, Chess. Put it in the comments. I can't think of it. Anyway, I ate that down. Anyway, oh yeah. So,
Okay. If you could pick a best friend out of your catalog, who would it be?
oh my God, Candy from Candy Shop. Candy set shit on fire. She fight. She know how to get out of jail. She bake. We gonna be drinking. Well, she's sober now, but yeah, Candy is a good time. Absolutely, Candy, and she messy. I love. Listen, I'm messy. I'm very messy. Like God gonna deal with me. Only God can judge me, like Tupac said. But I love I am messy. A Malice Love. Yes, the mom from A Malice Love. Yes, I'm messy as hell. And I be messy. Thank you, whoever put that. And you know what? This is the thing. That's the only reason I be on Threads. I go follow all the mess, and then me and the authors be in our comment. We be in there talking about it in my DM. That's it. We don't say nothing out there, but we see all this little shit y'all be talking about and doing.
What do you think about DNF lists when content creators post DNF lists? Is that
If my book ain't over there, I don't care. Somebody put in that Black Girl Reads Two book. What book you regret? You everybody hyped up and you didn't like. And I was like, okay. Sometimes they just be. Sometimes folk bored and they ain't got no man, and they ain't got nothing going on, and they just trying to start shit. So I do not care. I laugh at stuff like that. As long as you don't attack my character, I do not care. It was a girl came on here and she said, I will always read a KGB book, even though she have a lot of errors. And she was really serious. And you know what? And she was fucking right. Because edits are expensive. And if I've already paid $1,000, then to get this 100,000 page word, 100,000 word book to y'all, I'm sorry, I'm doing my best. That's all I can say. I'm doing my best. You're gonna get a good ass story, and it's gonna be occasionally have some errors. That's why I be telling my ARC readers, everybody want to talk so fucking much, then send me all the errors before I publish it, and then we could correct them, or I could correct them as soon as I get them. Volunteer your services. Because one thing people don't highlight enough is how expensive it is to create good books, good covers, edits, and they still overlook stuff. And it's still you know, mistakes happen. So, but I'm gonna get better and better, like Cardi said. At some point. At some point. You want a good story, or you want a literary classic that gonna bore you to tears. Whatever. Okay.
I'm screaming.
And send me that fried real recipe too while you at it. When you
Just
get off.
season it like, listen, real quick, season it like chicken.
I'm doing that. It better be good too, because you got me
Season it like
intrigued.
chicken, season your flour.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know how ribs, it absorbs, you know, you got to
Yeah.
season pork. Season it like chicken. Now put a poultry seasoning, you know, salt, pepper,
Fried like a pork chop.
and
Okay.
fry it like a pork chop. Cut them up first.
Yeah.
And then, no, because sometimes I've seen people, they try to fry the whole rib. That was, girl, the whole slab. Cut them up and fry them like you doing a piece of lamb.
These boys gonna love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I told them ribs up.
I'm gonna make. Do you put like barbecue sauce on them?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
You don't need to. You don't need to put that. It's fried.
I bet that's good with collard greens and some.
And it was. Listen, and it is. And it is. My fried rib, but you know I
Food
learned
is
how
my
to fry
second
ribs from my
favorite
grandmother.
thing.
Huh?
Food, my food is my second. Reading, food, and sex. Yeah, that and occasional
Just don't put
cocktail
it out there.
every time. I mean, well, I'm supposed to be like, yeah. I write romance. It's supposed to be
It got to
romantic.
be in your life somewhere. And hence the fascinator. Hence the fascinator.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
Ocean Takata.
um, do you ever want to be traditionally published?
Yes. I don't think nobody who serious about this business don't want to be. You might not be there yet where you can see a path there, or want that for yourself right now. But the thing that traditional publishing would give me that I don't have right now is just more clout, and I will be fucking insufferable. Y'all will be like, I can't stand that motherfucker. She keep talking about this publishing deal. She get on my nerve. I would be so insufferable, especially if it was a big money deal. But what people do in trad and the reason that they don't do well in trad, they don't hustle. So the best scenario for you is to get your indie hustle up and then go trad, because you already doing all the work, because they're not gonna work for you. They're not gonna work for you. The people I know, they gotta fight for everything. And I'm talking about New York Times bestsellers. They are fighting, especially if they melanated. Any kind of melanin in their skin. And the white girls do too. You got to hustle, you gotta work hard. And you gotta know how to navigate that space. Now, I feel like I have the emotional maturity? Like I would have to be somebody with their hands on me so I don't cuss the motherfuckers out. But I am definitely ready as far as craft wise going. Right. Personality, that's another thing.
Okay, besides the money, do you feel like it will stifle your creativity or your voice if you went traditional?
No. Okay, so the people that happens to are people who are not either established enough or strong and resolute enough. And I've heard people, at least three Black authors so far, said that they got a deal, they got a big deals. Them
Mhm.
people read them books and said, we love it, and moved on. And did not insert themselves because they were already established. They already have a voice, right?
Right.
And so you do have the option when you are getting your edits back to say, I'm not changing this. And a
Mhm.
lot of people are stop being so grateful.
Mhm.
Okay. You are the talent. These people are go through and they're reading stuff. The developmental editor can say, hey, it was 1619, not 1675, right? That's what their job is. Their job is not to rewrite your story or you change your voice. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Writer people, authors, um, people come back for your voice. They leave because they don't like your voice, right? But you be like, I read this whole book and this book was not good, but it was something about the author's voice that make you come back, right?
Mhm.
You know, and so that's what people coming back for your voice, and you don't let people edit out your voice,
Correct.
and if you're not ready for that, don't do trad,
Okay.
don't do it.
Um, one of my favorite questions,
Mm-hmm.
um, what's your idea of a great American novel and what's your definition, not what society thinks?
A great American novel for me is a novel that is going to and it's not even necessarily romance. It's like explores the human soul, like Razor Blade Tears.
Mhm.
And I feel like S.A. Cosby is probably the greatest writer living today, right? He knows how to drill down into the human spirit in a way that rips your fucking soul out.
And do.
And I feel like um, L. Kaysen did that in Demon's Dream. And so anything where you can have a great examination of a person
Mhm.
and they not necessarily change, but they just do better going forward, right? Because both of those guys in Razor Blade Tears, they did not change, nor did Demon and Smoke. They just learned to do better and want to do better. They did not change. That's why everybody like, oh, why everybody loved that story? Because she did not make them grovel. She did not make them change who they were as men, as Black men, and feminize them and eviscerate who they were in order for them to love Dayana and Dream, right?
Mhm.
The same thing with S.A. Cosby and Razor Blade Tears. Those two old guys did not change. They did not become uh, people who elevated themselves to the point where they are now advocates for LGBTQIA rights or nothing like that. They just learned to do better and respect the spirit of what their sons were trying to do and live and be human in this world.
Right.
Another great book, which is like my favorite book of all time, is called Manacle by Cinlin Yu. Is actually Harry Potter fan fiction, and she does that in that book too. And I think, and that's kind of like a romance. And that though all of those books speak to the human spirit.
Mhm.
There is exploration of that, and the writing is impeccable. The pace and the right everything in those books is all of those books that I just mentioned is a tour de force. Now, and that is, I want to get to the level where I do something like that. And that's the type of shit that I'm on. Like, I'm trying to better my writing every day to be that good, that quality, that have me laid prostrate on the floor for 3 days after I read it.
I feel like sometimes America, not specifically to African Americans, they kind of leave African American or just Black voices out. I'm not going to say African Americans. I'm going to mention all Black people, but and you know the Afro Latinas, the African Asians, everybody. I feel like sometimes we get left out of the conversation because they feel like we don't have anything to say. And it's when I tell you, I'll be over here rubbing my feet. Either I'm laughing, I'm crying, and I'm rolled off this couch. I'll be sliding down the walls. Right now, I'm sliding down walls with your book. Sliding. Do you hear me? I hurt my hip bone sliding down the door because I was like, wait a minute, how is she going to use this Asian man? And what's happening? So I can't wait to get when I get off. I'm gonna finish it up today, and uh I'm in awe, like for real.
Thank
This
you.
pen is magical.
Thank
Um
you.
I just feel like sometimes I wish that they would see what we see and want to learn about us and stop making us like stereotypical characters, men are dumb, or they only got a big D, and sometimes they don't. You know, some of them do, some of them don't. Um, I hate that when I love to see a Black writer write multicultural or white characters because they use care for the most part. I don't see it always on the other side. So I think that stopped me from reading the other side.
I think there are writers on the other side who do write very nuanced and very well like that. Sierra Simone, she does a great job. So does Allie Hazelwood. She's a little rom-com writer. She's blown up all over the place. I would just like what people understand. We think they're not watching or whatever like that. They're actually watching a lot and stealing, right? Because there would be no mafia if there was no urban romance. Urban romance was first. People add like, oh, mafia, mafia. No, urban romance was first. And then some clever little person read some and said, oh, let me do this edgy new thing over here. And they took it and ran with it like that. Right. I always be like, in my mind, everything's always better in Black, even if it's even if it's not a whole entire Black cast. And because of my history as far as like my education is concerned, have always been very deeply steeped on the white side of things, because you go to university, that's what they're giving to you, and you got to fight every battle in those master degree classrooms for validation. And so that is one of the things that, and not end up bitter. I want us to be in this space and not be bitter and just feel, because we are writing to put love out into the world and for joy. Now, it's some people who just want out here to make money, right? Who just out here and they want to they want to be entrepreneurs or whatever, and then it's a side hustle type thing for them, right? And you can pretty much tell when that's so. But for the most part, people are wanting to put love and joy and angst and all of the emotions out into the world. And that's what I want you to come back from my book feeling like you were seen as a curvy fat Black girl, right? Because all of my books are curvy girls being loved unapologetically by villains. So I want you to see that. I want you to see, if you're from a small town, whether it's West Virginia, Alabama, Georgia, whatever, that your small town is just as valid as that person from New York, or LA or something like that. Because all the flower states, you always hear the people talk about, those Miami, Texas, and New York, and all of those places in books. You never hear about rural romance and small town romances a lot. So
Right.
that was another thing I tried to do. But I feel like you don't sit at a table you're not being served at. So
Mm.
I'm not really checking for, you're never going to see me on the internet complaining about um, generalities in trad publishing. And I'm not a whiner. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't, we get to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not crying and complaining about what them white folks in New York doing. I'm getting to work. I'm more concerned about what y'all think, the 22
Right.
people in here. I do not care about what Avon Publishing is doing, as it is lies dying, because their Bridgerton scheme or whatever is not working no more, and they are losing all of their historical romance authors, right?
Right.
I want y'all to go buy Fascinated, my historical romance, when it come out, that got Black people in it. I'm
Right.
not concerned about them, because when I sent my book Lotus Flower Bomb to Avon, they rejected it. You'll never hear me talk about it. And you know why they rejected it? Because it was an Asian man and a Black woman having sex. And
Mm.
when I released that book at that time, it was my biggest. Rappers Delight was a bestseller, but Lotus Flower Bomb went to #1 and stayed there for weeks. And y'all did that. And then the person who rejected that book, they don't even work at Avon no more.
Right.
So I ain't checking. They've been wrong. They're gonna stay wrong, because they're not never doing nothing new. All the innovative hot stuff is being done right now in urban romance, always doing some cutting edge. All these Christmas books coming out, um Latoya's Why Choose and stuff. Don't think they ain't reading it. They are and stealing every little bit they can in the co-op over to that side.
I agree. I agree. I feel like, and I've been saying this for years, that with music, books, art, dance, anything in the arts, acting,
Mm-hmm.
uh, we've always done things just a little bit differently, just a bit. Um, that we have uh, made ways for everybody, and then they try and give that credit to someone else. You
Mm-hmm.
know, just like with the whole Little Richard and what's his name? Oh my God,
Chuck Berry or
Chuck
that
Berry and Elvis Presley.
mm-hmm.
Elvis didn't invent rock and roll; he stole it.
Yeah. And
If
Jerry Lee
I don't even
Lewis,
say he
he
stole
stole
it,
from Chuck Berry. Mm-hmm.
right? No, they made him seem like he made it. He know he did. He didn't create it.
No.
You know, the Beatles didn't take all this on. You know, it, they got it from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was watching, was it Cadillac Records where they went? Was it the Beatles, or I can't remember which group it was, and they got all their stuff from Cadillac Records because it's derivative of the blues.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So not that we created everything, but we created
Mm-hmm.
a lot, and give us our just due.
Right.
That's all.
And and I
The Rolling
my
Stones are right.
so I really like, I look for those, like, who I always say, like they said, look, find the helpers, find the people who are helping, who are out there doing things to help build on the community. Because right
Mm-hmm.
now the model is like, going back to trad, is like, it is so it is still relevant, but
Mm-hmm.
it's becoming more and more irrelevant because authors are doing things now, collaborating with each other and doing like these Kickstarters and these different things that are putting money directly in your hand. Because
Mm-hmm.
the dirty little secret that people don't understand is that indie makes more money than trad, right? We make more, they got to wait almost a year for their money, right? Amazon gonna make sure we get our money in our hand and on time every time, right? So what I'm looking forward to is people who are starting their own publications and how to support them. Our brother Cole just announced his. L. Casing has hers. Masterpiece has hers. Those are the places that we should be feeding into to it and what we're doing. Like the groundwork for doing those things is so, like, I have so much respect for people who do that and do it well. My model would be different, but if I did something like that, you know, um it'll be like a little, you got to go through a boot camp first. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
got to go get some etiquette so you don't be out here like me getting in trouble all the time. So, you know, that's the in all of those things. So I feel like the model is changing because 50 Cent, even though I don't like him, said something very amazing the other day on TV. He was like, you can make it in the music business now way easier because all you got, you your own person. You could be your own producer. You got your own, you could get your Ford, whatever, D camera or whatever, and shoot your own videos. You don't need this whole industry behind you. And I think we need to stop women, men, artists asking for permission and just do
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love that. What's one thing that let's talk about you a little bit and
Mm-hmm.
some of the things that you do in your books. What's one thing that you'll always include in your books?
Actually, a bath scene, a bath love scene, because I love that. Yeah. Um,
Come back, come
I didn't
back.
know if that was what you was going for.
If that's what you
Listen,
include,
it's gonna be in the shower. It's gonna be in the bed. I love the little bath love scenes, right?
okay. Mm-hmm.
I see Sierra Simone was reading one of my books. She was like, "Where's the bath love scene?" She was like, "You're kind of getting known for that." Yeah, that and the curvy heroine. And he's not gonna grovel. He ain't gonna ask. He is, look, y'all looking for a motherfucker. Don't gonna say sorry. You gonna be waiting. Cause it ain't happening. He ain't finna apologize. He might buy you a Rolls Royce or a mansion, but that's his sorry. He's not finna be like, "Oh, I'm sorry." No, we don't do that. We don't do that down here in Alabama. We don't be apologizing and stuff. We
Um,
just be like, here goes some sweet potato pie. Go ahead. I told my husband, I said, "You need to apologize to me." He said, "Oh, girl," and hugged me and went
that,
on
wait a
back.
minute, that was his apology. It was like, oh, girl,
Oh,
wait
girl,
a
kicked
minute.
me on
You
my
got to
neck
look
and
for
went
the
on.
cues. Too funny. What would your readers be shocked to know about you?
Um, well, not anymore because I've come out, but I'm a born again Christian, probably. Hmm.
Where? I'm just playing.
All day,
I'm
every day.
joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
That's why I said they'd be surprised. Yes.
Okay.
And what else? You know I cry easy, right?
Yes.
Everybody know that. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, we know this.
I'm 5'2". I'm not strong. My brother has armchair diagnosed me with ADHD and then told the whole family at Christmas. What else? I'm a hypochondriac. All this stuff y'all already know. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What else? I ain't scared of shit. Let me see. Not too much. Um, One of them flying bugs. It was like a palmetto bug, which is a flying roach. It got in my hair, and I wanted to set myself on fire. That happened. What else? Oh, one time I was naked and locked in a closet. Okay, so I was not supposed to be in this dorm, but I ain't had nowhere to stay. And I was sneaking around going to college, and I didn't have like I wasn't supposed to be on campus because I got kicked off of campus. And so I was crashing. One of my friends gave me this story is so sad. And so my friend gave me the key so I could sleep in, like sneak in one of the dorm rooms. So I was like, no, I'm finna go sleep in this sorority room. And so I was in the sorority room, in this white sorority room, and they had all these snacks and food, and I was like, oh, I hit the jackpot. Okay, so I don't sleep with no clothes on, and I was in there, and I was not, didn't have no clothes on. And then so I heard people at the door, and I ran and I went and hid and like got into like a metal locker, that the ones that you could stand up in. And I was completely naked. And the guy came in there and he tried to open the door of the locker. And I was just, and finally he went away. But that's something people don't know. That was like a really harrowing experience.
Can you never cease to amaze me?
It happened. It happened.
Oh, you never cease to amaze me.
Oh, and I had a concussion one time. Oh, no, I had not a concussion, but amnesia. This is okay. So I was at my friend wedding. This is the last story I'm tell y'all, and this actually happened. Now Emma told me not to tell this story, but I'm gonna tell it because I know. Okay, because we was in Colorado, and you know I had them little ballerina slippers on, and it was black ice outside, and my friend got married, and then we was getting ready to leave, and I was walking in the parking lot, and I flipped back and hit my head, and I had one of them French rolls, and it actually saved my life. And then I looked up, and it was this gorgeous guy with green eyes, and he picked me up and took me back inside. Not my husband, mind you, this boy. And I was like, oh my God. And I sat there and I realized I didn't know who I was. And I didn't know why I was there. And I had amnesia. And then they played Voice to Atlantis. And I got up and danced. And I started screaming like a banshee on the dance floor. And they was like, oh my God, she hit her head. I was like, why did y'all not immediately take me to the hospital? Then I went to the hospital. And it's just a crazy story, but it happened. And the doctor was like, did he hit you? Did he hit you? Trying to say my husband hit me, and he did.
Lord Jesus.
If y'all don't believe me, I call him in here, and he gonna be like,
I believe you. That's what's sad. Is I believe every word that came out your mouth for that story. I believe you.
Now he was saying never tell the story again. But I keep telling it. So amnesia, and that's why I don't really like amnesia books, because it's terrifying. You don't know who you is.
How long were you unaware of who you were?
Like for like, oh my God, it was hours. And they kept me under observation. And they kept trying to get me to say that it was him, but it wasn't. He didn't do it. I was just, because my epitaph gonna be like, y'all gonna be like, how did Kenya pass away? It's gonna be like, she tripped on air. Because I'm clumsy. That's another thing people don't know. I'm very clumsy. I tripped 3 times Christmas and I was sober like most of it.
Screaming. Right? Right now.
I'm so clumsy. I ain't never dropped one of my babies though, but I am very clumsy.
Kenya.
Very.
Okay, describe yourself in one word.
Curious.
Okay. Name something that everybody loves but you hate.
Chitlins.
Nobody likes chitlins.
Down here. What else? It's not a lot. But I don't hate. Mm, I don't know. I get that's I don't know. It'll have to be a food item.
Okay. Um, fill in the blank. Blank is life.
Family.
My pen is
Diabolical.
you ain't lying. you ain't lying. Um, who is your Mount Rushmore of authors?
Kennedy Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'd be like, Lord, you gave her that, but that's all right. Naima Simone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, S.A. Cosby.
Mm-hmm.
Beverly Jenkins.
Okay. If you can induct 3 authors into the Author Hall of Fame, who would they be? Dead or alive?
Oh, Toni Morrison.
Mm-hmm.
Um, of course, S.A. Cosby again. And oh my Theodora Taylor.
Okay. I like it.
Theodora Taylor, because she is the GOAT of interracial multicultural romance.
Okay.
She is, yeah, hashtag goals.
Okay.
Hmm.
If you can invite 5 authors or writers to dinner, who would they be?
Oh, this would be fun. Theodora Taylor, Naima, because we're gonna cut up. We gotta have somebody serious with some sense. Okay. First, I gotta like these people. Wait a minute. Let me see.
First of all, I'm dead. Not that you got to like them.
Okay, so Theodora, Naima, S.A. Cosby, just so I could ask him the crazy questions because he's a genius. Um, who else? That I don't know her, but she seemed like she cool. Tannery Dew, the horror lady.
Mm-hmm.
And you said 5.
Mm-hmm. One more.
Uh I had to say Latoya Nicole, and let me tell you why. Because she is crazy smart and gonna act worse than me, gonna be more inappropriate than me, so I can still be myself, and people be on the floor, and she still is gonna throw some shit in there that be like, wow, everybody gone. You know what I'm saying? She's a great dinner guest. So that's who I want. Everybody from, not because you be like, oh, this person bright urban, they gonna be like fun or something like that. Not Latoya, because Latoya actually is fun and a good time. But some of them urban people are very, very, very straight laced. Like
Yes.
they PhDs and shit. I don't know what people
Mm-hmm.
think. They lawyers, psychologists, teachers, and
Mm-hmm.
Bible Sunday school teachers. So yeah, that's my group.
Okay. I
You
like
got a good eclectic group of people.
it. Mm-hmm. And Latoya's, I mean, she's smart and she can hold a conversation with anybody.
Anybody,
Anybody.
anybody,
And it don't
anybody.
matter what that question is because either you or her gonna take them down.
And I feel like the conversation, you got the horror person, you got the thriller person, you got Theodora write everything,
Mm-hmm.
Naima, Latoya, like that would be. I'm gonna actually do that party when I move next year. I'm gonna invite everybody to do the dinner party thing.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bartend for you.
No, you'll be at the. We gonna have somebody else doing that. You'll be at the
Listen,
table with your
I
best
need
mate
to
on.
hear this what y'all talking about.
Yeah, you be at the table hearing it. Yeah, I love. One thing I love is hosting.
Okay.
I love hosting, and I can't wait to be where I can host again. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Um, do you feel like you have reached the level of success that you want to be at?
No, absolutely not. Every day I'm hustling. every day I'm looking for, this is my year of leveling up,
Mhm.
2026. So when I get there, y'all will know it. Again, I will be insufferable, right?
Lord.
But no, absolutely not. I haven't written enough books. I haven't learned enough. I haven't got in the face of enough of the right people. No, absolutely not. Not even scratch the surface of what I'm trying to do yet.
Okay. Listen, everybody's idea of success is differently.
Mm-hmm.
Is different. I feel like just writing a book is successful.
Mm-hmm.
Because not everybody can obtain that talent and
Mm-hmm.
create that lane. I was listening to what's her name? She used to be the sports anchor before she left. What is her name? Oh, it escapes me. She was a black sports anchor on ESPN.
Jamil Hill.
Yeah, her.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that she wrote her first book and she thought she was going to hit the New York Times bestsellers list. And she didn't. And she said, not that the book wasn't successful. She said that's what she thought. And she said it really humbled her in that being an author is hard work.
Mm-hmm.
And she
Mm-hmm.
said she applauds everybody who's an author because a lot of them don't make the money that they think they're going to make.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them don't, their work is never shared the way that they want their work shared, or publishers are not knocking down their door or whatever. And so it made me open up my eyes because I was like, wow, even even if you have money, it's still hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you are behind a publisher, it's still hard. You got to go
Yeah.
out there and hustle. And I'm saying that to speak to what you were saying about you got to do the work. You
Yeah.
cannot be lazy about it. You got to promote yourself. You got to go out there and write the story. You got to get out there and get it edited. You got to find covers. You
Mm-hmm.
got to make sure the story is memorable. It's a lot of work.
Yeah. It's a lot of work. And like, I look at it like there's a proverb that said, how do you eat an elephant in this one bite at a time? And I feel like I'm just taking my little bites, and at some point I will feel full and this elephant will be devoured. And I don't see that happening for a while because there are so many things that I want to do that and what I want to see represented in this
Right.
community, that like that's what I'm constantly working toward and trying to get better and better and expand my footprint so that I am not just a person in this industry that is gaining for myself, but that I can move things for all of us. So that's what I'm looking at. Leading the industry in that aspect. That's
Mhm.
what I want to. That's what I want to build upon. We're getting there, but we are not there yet.
Mhm. 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 So, are you ready to pop your shit a little bit?
Pop it.
He's so silly. Um, are you gonna be outside in 2026? Are you gonna be at any book events?
I'm going to be at Faye in the A
I love that.
with my good friend illustrator. Y'all go check her out, Jess. And I actually am thinking, and right now that's the only one that's firm. I was going to Spring Fling in Chicago, but
Mhm.
I feel like that is the week of my son's prom.
Mhm.
So, and my baby is graduating. So right now, Faye and the A is the only thing that I'm going to,
Mhm.
because I am getting him ready and doing all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
for him
Mm-hmm.
this year. Yes.
So that's September 2026. So if you guys are interested in
Yeah.
Faye the A, our book bibliophile boutique Jess um is putting on that event, and it's gonna be a good time. So y'all make sure y'all get y'all
Yeah.
tickets for that. And Monique, you're not going, are you going to Pensacola too?
No, I didn't. You know what? I didn't get on. I didn't get on the list because I waited too late. I might go there as a reader, though. I might go there as a reader. I gotta see if anybody drops out. If I can go down there. So
Okay.
if we go, Chastity, you driving or we flying? Let me know what we doing. So
Uh, where can the people find you?
I am Kenya Goree-Bell everywhere. Everywhere I'm Kenya Goree-Bell. And yep, that's it. Facebook, Instagram, Lemonade, Red Note. I'm still over there on Red Note. Even that little thing the children be on, Snapchat. All of it. I'm on there for my kids because they be on. The children do Snap and Threads, being observing, stalking my enemies and talking about them to my author friends. Yeah,
I'm hollering.
shadow stalking.
Not shadow stalking. I'm screaming. All right. Any advice before I pop my shit and we end this live?
No, I feel like if anything, Nicole touched on this. If you need anything, ask, right? But before you do that, you need to have get in the community, join the community, be part of the community, and don't be a weirdo, you know? And because you people are more likely to be receptive of what you need and what if you're not a stranger
Yes.
just popping up in their DMs.
Yes.
Like be an active member of the community, join the community, and it's going to be a great experience.
Exactly.
And you ain't never got to show your face. I've done interviews with people who never show their face. So it ain't even about showing your face. Chastity just started showing her face last week. So
I heard.
she's very beautiful. She's my friend.
I heard. Hey, Tasha.
Hi,
So
Tasha. Mm-hmm.
tomorrow is the last Booked and Busy podcast for the year. And we have author Sharice Carr, aka Triple C. She will be on tomorrow. I'm super excited to
She
end
taught me how to
the
make biscuits. I'm
girl.
sorry.
Sharice can cook her butt
She
off.
be cooking. Y'all go look at her biscuit recipe. That thing is good.
Listen,
And the
Sharice,
bagel too. Mm-hmm.
I her Parmesan chicken.
Oh, I gotta look that up.
My gosh.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks so pleasing. It looks so aesthetically pleasing. It's beautiful. And she cooked real home soul food. And I'm really interested in talking to her about her weight loss journey. She had some medical issues that we probably will talk about just a bit. And then what books she got coming out in 2026. She just re-released a Christmas book, and I think she did a part two to Mutual Obsession. So super excited about that. And talking with her. Sharice is a good time, and she funny like this one over here.
I'm boring.
No, you not, honey. No, you not. So we'll be talking to her tomorrow. Next week.
Latoya, your ears must have been burning because they
Yes.
just said you joined. We was just talking about you, how you'll be a great dinner guest.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, if y'all haven't read Desperado, go get it
Please go
and
get
leave
it.
a review. Oh, and
I'm
leave
starting at
reviews
the
for
beginning.
authors.
I'm starting
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning because I hate to read a book at the end. You know what I mean?
It makes sense. Yes.
I like to start at the beginning. So next year in 2023, I have on Saturday, January 3rd, I have author Mary C. Kim. And then on the 4th, I have Keith. He will be talking to us as a male book talker. And then on the 10th, I have Kyrus Ashley. And then on the 11th, I have author Kendra Nicole. Super excited to be talking to them. January, I also have Jack in the Books, author D. Scott, Nisi, authoress B. Knox, and um, TikToker, Bookstagrammer, Darrell from Books We Love to Discuss from my book club. So we'll
Ooh,
be talking
yes, love Darrell.
all different type of books and stuff. Super excited about January. And we'll go into February. The last week of February, I will not be podcasting in my normal state. I'll be podcasting live from the Boozy Book Tour in Las Vegas. So super excited about that. Am I going back in time? 2026, I'm sorry.
Hey, did you what's been your favorite? Are you gonna do a year wrap up where you say what your favorite reads are? You not doing that? You got
No,
too many. You
because
got 300.
I have, okay, so let me think. Do I have a favorite read? I have a bunch. Only because I'm looking at it. The Whistler was one of my favorite reads of 2026. Seven.
That's A.A. Lewis, right?
Yeah, Seven
Yeah.
was one of my favorite reads of 2026. I just read her Christmas book, and I'm the mother in her latest Christmas book and Latoya Nicole's book.
Mm-hmm.
And a story or three might be true.
Oh, of 2020. She said, child,
2025.
2025.
2025.
Yeah. We
You know
want
what I
this year to be
mean.
over with. We trying to get to
You know what the hell I
2028.
mean. So
We trying to get to 2028.
yeah. So I'm trying to get these people out of office. Um what else? I really
Tasha said, do a
love,
hat wrap up. Mm-hmm.
girl, you don't want to see no hat wrap up, but I did get some new hats for 2026.
That's so cute.
I did enjoy E. Bowser's A-OK series, the
Mm-hmm.
first two books. Of course, always Jacquel. I really am enjoying your book right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you that. I've read a lot of new authors. Super excited. D. Scott is a new to me author that I read her. P. Wise, I enjoy her. S.L. Party was a new to me author this year. So I'm really trying to not include only old authors, but new authors. Arthur Cole is listen, that little motorcycle book with his old crazy ass. The Patty Mob. Um, Masterpiece with Phil Kings. I
Yeah.
enjoy reading. I enjoy just Lisa Austin. That was a highlight of my year. She my new best friend. Toya, you my sister, so stop. But I really enjoy Lisa Austin. Um, I like some of my old faves. Casey Mills. I love Charity Shanae. Uh, of course, Jacquel. You can't forget
Yeah.
about her. Um, what's her name? Tatiana. I listen. You know, I like the streets. And I stay in them. Um, I can't wait for 2026.
I can't wait to see what people I love to see growth. Like, and I love to see I'm excited to read Cole's romance because I want to do a live with him for that. And because I have to pull back on my lives a little bit because like it's as you know, it's a lot of research, and I'm not going to recommend a book that I don't love. So if I have somebody in there, I want to make sure that it's absolutely legit, and it's not just like, it's not a favor. You got to earn your way, because I do not recommend no mediocre ass books to no readers ever.
Exactly.
So I've heard a lot of good things. I'm interested in can't wait to read that. But yeah, I had some good fantasy books, some good, what's the girl name? Bria Shade. Darrell and them told me
Yesterday.
about. Yeah.
Yesterday. Mm-hmm.
The her last book, Priest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Priest. Priest had me late on my book, okay, because of him,
Because
his
in that
past.
world, could get up out of it, huh?
Listen, he is, oh my God, he is, yeah. And then me and Bunny Blanco gonna talk in January too. So I love a new to me person who just knocks my socks off, right? And I get very excited about um and this year, as far as like the author spotlight, I'm looking forward to doing new people, like you said. Like
Yes.
I did a lot of new people this year, but this year I'm talking about really new people I have never read before
Right.
ever. And that's what, because it's always some new up and comers. Like they say it's always somebody ready to take your spot. So
You
I'm
know,
excited.
was there an author that surprised you the most? Because you know who surprised me? Not
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't know that she can do it, but I didn't think I would like it as much as I did Jatoria.
Oh
Jatoria
yeah.
surprised the hell out of me with
J-
the Devil Was Baccarat. Because once she wrote
Jator-
that first book, I was hooked.
okay, so Jatoria um was a pleasant surprise because it was dark romance and it
Yes.
was so urban too.
Yes.
The
Yes.
Tay Monet, and this new girl, Angel M. Shaw. She is really good. Ava Black is in here. She wrote a contemporary romance that was like, is really spectacular. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, really elevated, exceptional writing, Ava Black. So those are some people. Bunny Blanco, I had never read
Oh,
her
I
before.
love her.
She was a pleasant surprise to me. I just started reading Lisa Austin this year, who you mentioned. Uh, Huge backlist, but I had not read her before. And and then me and A. Lewis, we dating, but she don't know it yet. After I read Smoke. So she's not aware. She's happily married. I am too, but we in a relationship. She just don't know it yet. She don't know it. I mean, it's fine. We're gonna have a love fest in a little bit. But I just, that lady, y'all, if y'all ain't got into A. Lewis, listen. I think her husband a villain too. She just probably don't say it out
He's a
loud like I
fun
do.
villain, though. He's a
He a
fun.
fun villain, yeah. But I love her vibe. I love them as a
Yeah.
couple, and that's how it is in the community,
Yes.
because you actually like don't even know who you don't know and have experience. Then you start getting to know them. You like, let me check out this book
Yes.
and this thing, and then now we dating, and we probably gonna get married at some point. And that's
Right.
because it's community. And I don't even like women.
But
But
I
I'm just
also
saying,
want the new authors to know just because I
yeah.
haven't gotten to your book yet doesn't mean I'm not going to get there. You just got to give me a little
Mhm.
time because I got a lot going on
Yeah. And
this year,
yeah, and
next year.
so yay. I just, it's going to be, I feel like we have been so like pressed down this year. Like 2026 is the year we take our happy bag and we just blow it up everywhere,
Mm-hmm. And
right?
I'm not going to
So
say I wasn't happy this year. I think I did good this year. I think I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I said I was going to travel. I said I was
mm-hmm.
going to get around like-minded people. Uh, and I was gone. I probably was gone 3 months out of this year in total.
I said I was going to be resting, and I did for about maybe a little bit, but then I got back. Then I don't know. I think becoming author has made me kind of like a little workaholic and stuff. I have to make myself rest. And hey, Lewis, we was just talking about you. We was just talking about you. And so, but now I'm not even finna take the brakes off. I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, I'm gonna take it. No, I'm not. I'm going harder than ever because I have a goal in my mind and I'm ready. I have to meet it or I'm gonna be in shambles. So
when is your next release, or can you tell us?
oh yeah, the next release is going to be in February, probably I think it's February 15th, and it's under my Christy Cash pen name, and it's called 50 Shades of Alien Dragon. And he is a dragon shifter that kidnap women from Earth to help repopulate their planet, and he's very mean and he don't like her. He don't like this silly little human. And her name is Zia, and his name is Blaynick or something like that. Anyway, he's a scientist. He's trying to find a cure because he put his fiance in a cryo sleep, and it's gonna be a big mess, y'all. And so, and then after that, we have like a prayer, which is the y'all had to tell me what fifth, no, sixth or seventh book in the Blood Legacy series, and he is Colombian, and he's a defrocked priest, and they gon' some gonna have him in that church, and uh she is a person with albinism. She has the red hair with the albinism, and she is selectively mute and on the autism spectrum. And she's an apothecary. So when you read about the Vanilla Rose in all the books, she and her twins, her name is Crimson, and her sister Clover, they make the little hoodoo enhanced body butters, soaps, and lotions that you read about in every story. So yeah, so she is very dark and very sexy, and he learns how to use sign language so he can communicate with her.
Listen, me and Troy, we've been talking about some body butters. We need all them butters. I'm hollering. But anyway, we're going to go. Y'all make sure y'all follow Kenya on all her platforms. If you have not gotten into her catalog, I'm starting with Bad Guy. And I'm gonna work my way up because I'm one of those people that like to start at the beginning. Because I need to know everybody backstory when I get to that next book.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say
the DMs are open if you need to talk, because
hey, but I tell you, the way you had me slide down the wall, she was trying to take a bath and he was wiping her down. Hold on, sir.
Listen, you didn't got to that scene. Okay.
Yes, hold on, sir.
Oh, you know there is art for that scene that Jess did.
Oh, really?
Yes, where the shave scene, we call it the shave scene.
Okay. Yes, I get, because that was different. That was different. I didn't know you could shave somebody with that knife like that.
Yeah.
She be hot.
Straight razor.
Juice just running everywhere.
Listen, she is that motherfucker. Okay.
What's amazing? I have to call my goddaughter and be like, girl, somebody didn't use your name in a book. She could be like, hi, Bob. Oh.
I love that scene. That scene was so, oh my God. I remember writing that scene.
I love it. I love it. All right, y'all. I'm going to let y'all have y'all day. Storm should be back. When are you coming back, Storm, for your podcast? I think she'll be back in January. And I'm not sure who she got, but hopefully she typing fast and telling us what day she's coming back and who her first guest is.
And y'all can come and hang out with us with the 24-hour collective. I'll be with Coco and them in the morning, Shannon and Keith and them at night. And then I have to start writing back solo with my little author crew. We be writing from like 9 to 12 or whatever like that. But when I get off, I be with my people. I'll probably be on here slightly tipsy later on with my folks because it's like family now. I was like, so,
Yeah.
and Shannon is gonna do a author reader retreat that I'm still slowly bugging her to do. But she has not. Shannon like, wait, where I come from? Anyway, Shannon gonna do it. All right. And she's our efficient little ladybug and she gonna do it. And at some point after we cajole her into doing it. And then we can all see each other in real life.
Okay, so when is your next podcast?
Mine?
Yes, ma'am.
No. See, we don't do all that planning now.
When she'll let us know what her next podcast is.
January.
Yes.
Look, we I have to read first, right? So I have to read, then I go in their DMs, and then it'd be quick. We be fast. We don't do all this planning. I don't do no planning like that.
When she'll let me know, I'll let y'all know.
Yes, thank y'all.
And then for Storm, January 3rd, she has Miles Washington. Ooh, I'm super excited about that.
Ooh, okay.
Latoya Nicole has re-released The Hoover Gang, aka Love and War. Check out her Patreon if you have not. Check out Kendra's Patreon because guess who's on it? Me.
Oh, and I'm about, for those of you who want Twin of Ice, Twin of Fire. Oh, I forgot that's coming out either January but I'm finna start dropping new material for Twin of Ice and Twin of Fire tomorrow. So yay.
Yeah, so the paperback for Latoya Nicole, she's doing a book bag. An interesting concept because they was bank robbers. So they getting ready.
Oh, that's
she got a whole thing. She's doing a book bag for that, for the Hoover Gang. So the covers are beautiful. Everything is wonderful. But y'all make sure y'all check out LatoyaNicole.com. Y'all make sure y'all Kenya's website, check that out.
Goree-Bell.com.
There you go. They can buy book boxes and books through you.
We on hiatus with book boxes until I get expedite the ones that people are waiting on now for Desperado. Oh, but you can get a digital planner from me. It'll be up later today on my website. And I think it's like $6.99. But for everybody who took the class, Plot with Purpose, you get it for free.
Okay.
Right? Or if you are in some kind of financial situation and you are author and you need a planner and need some like to-dos, because I got a whole list of to-dos in there, get with me and I will gift you a planner. And if you need one, it's specific for authors, indie authors. Let me know, because this is how we pay it forward and help people build their careers. So if you can afford it, then just run me my $6.99. But if you can't, then holler at me.
It's not run me my $6.99. Get off the internet, girl.
I mean, okay. But once it go to, because it'll be on my website, Amazon, my Patreon, and then I got a new feature where I can sell stuff through my newsletter too. But if you spend all your money Christmas, baby, come and see Big Sis and I gonna give it to you. Because I spent all mine. Like, thank God I got a husband.
Yeah. I love you. But she behaved today. She gave you some gems. Did she not? And we will talk to y'all later. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much again for all that you do. Thank you for your pen. Thank you for supporting the community the way that you do. It's much appreciated. I know that I do. And I'm going to speak for a few others. So thank you so much.
Thank y'all so much. I love y'all.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.